This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by Hayabusa, the leader in combat sports gear. Get 20% off with code MMA Nuts at HayabusAFight.com. HostGator, the leader in hosting. Save 40% off shared hosting with code MMA40. Protect-A-Bed. Shield your mattress and pillows from allergens, dust mites, and moisture. Visit ProtectABed.com and save 20% with code MMA Nuts. Defense Soap, the ultimate soap for wrestlers, jiu-jitsu, and MMA athletes. Get 15% off with code MMA Nuts at DefenseSoap.com. Hey fans, it's MMA Nuts, episode 250!
250!
My name's Ingo Weigelt.
I'm Matt Griffin. That way show by my fans, for my fans or something.
Yes.
We walk the line between serious and ridiculous.
Yes, you want to waste 3 minutes of your life, Google retarded song right now and come back.
Thank you.
You'll be laughing. You can thank us later.
Yes, sorry. Had to get that in and out.
Yes. Hey, we got to give a shout out to the women's U.S. soccer team. Just won the World Cup 5-2 against Japan. It wasn't even close.
Woo!
Kicked their ass.
Did they take their tops off and run around tits a blaring?
No.
Cannot support
most of
the
them
sport.
have tiny titties, except a couple of them. Not bad. But most of them.
You can probably
that's a lot
pay
of
for enhancement.
That's a lot of cardio. Like, you're going to be slim, lean. Soccer players usually extremely lean.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're running like all the time. But their legs are like gigantic. So, could be of advantage.
Maybe like a Brazilian lady?
In certain positions.
Could be.
Situations.
I don't know anything about that.
Me neither. We are, after all, married. Mm-hmm. Not to each other, but to other people.
Hey, we just got married over the weekend, you know.
They
proved.
That's right.
We took care of business.
A lot of shit happened this week. That's right. Gay marriage. I forgot all about that. It's funny. You know what?
What is gay marriage?
No.
What?
Because I'm on Facebook. I frequent the Facebook, and I didn't see many negative comments. I saw a lot of positivity, and people were genuinely happy. There were a few of the like crazy religious people who are like, "Oh my God, oh my God." I'm like, dude, get over it.
The gay Jesus.
Yes. So, I don't know, but our neighbor, actually, Miss Linda, made a good point about Jesus. Speaking of which, she asked me this question. She said, "So, I'm wondering, why is a guy who's from a part of the world where people are generally extremely dark-haired, dark eyes, little hairy, why is he always depicted as white
Oh, yes, that last show.
Did I say that?
Yeah. And we were talking about little baby Jesus.
Oh. Oh, fuck.
You're like a replay. Replay.
Did I really ask that last time?
Just sing the return song. Sweet.
How do you remember this?
I
Like my
remember
wife.
every
He
show.
remembers
I
everything.
edit them.
Oh, yeah.
So I've
He
watched
remembers
it
everything.
times.
He's like watched the show like 25 times.
Yeah. Like, oh,
Sorry.
that happened.
So I brought back old shit. Shoot myself.
It's okay.
Hey.
You might as well just take a phone call now then.
Oh no. There he goes. There's no phone calls.
Okay.
Only extreme emergencies.
Right.
My
like
phone is on.
I can't find the fucking doll fairies for the fairy
It's a
garden.
big deal. It's a child's half birthday, Mr. Matt.
Yeah.
Big
Okay.
deal.
Moving right along.
Yes.
What do we got for news?
News?
Yes.
Let's break it into somewhat MMA, not MMA.
Sure.
BattleBots is back. I don't know if you guys remember this show back from like 10 years ago. I used to love this show. They're bringing it back, and wouldn't you know who is commentating?
The Wolfman, Kenny Florian,
What?
making it happen.
What is he doing
Thank
commentating
God.
on BattleBots?
So he could get the fuck out of the UFC commentary. And
Yes.
I thank you. He is so much better as a BattleBot
He's
or a
pretty good.
Morasai.
He is pretty good. Yeah, and actually, the show was quite entertaining. There was a lot of destruction. My
Yes.
kid's never seen it, and I turned that shit on yesterday, and he was like, "What is this, Dad?" I'm like, just watch. This is going to be so cool.
Shit's gonna
They're
break.
going to smash each other up. There's going to be fire and parts flying everywhere, and it was good. It was real good.
Yeah, it was weird because I saw clips of it. And they had these little robots. Some people had 3.
2. Yeah, I didn't get that
I
part.
don't
was
understand. I
confused
thought you
about
had to
that.
have 1.
Maybe there's a maximum weight limit, and you can, as long as you have like so many robots, it's okay. I wasn't clear on that part. I gotta
They
investigate.
didn't seem to fare well though. If you
No.
had multiple.
If you guys know about that, let us know, because I'm confused. Why can you have like 2 or 3 robots?
Not up on all the rules.
No. But very cool. What else you got?
Well, let's broach this Conor McGregor, not Jose Aldo, but now it's Chad Mendes situation. Because before we were speculating last week that 99% the possibility of Conor fighting McGregor. That's right, Conor fighting McGregor. Conor fighting Aldo is not going to happen.
He is fighting himself.
And lo and behold, it does not happen. And
True.
Now we have Chad Mendes stepping in.
Yes.
So, should we talk about this Jose Aldo stuff first? Like, what happened and what's legit? So, he gets injured. The Brazilian doctors said it was a broken rib. The UFC has him see a UFC doctor. And they say it's a bruised rib. And then Aldo's team releases the x-rays and
It's definitely broken.
MRIs, and multiple doctors have said it's broken. And even Conor McGregor was on the Conan O'Brien show, and Conan said that that Jose was cleared by a doctor to fight, and whatever, he just decided to not fight.
Yes.
So, what is going on with this? Is there some kind of conspiracy that the UFC is trying to
pressure him into fighting?
And even having like talking points sent to Conan O'Brien?
Well, look how much money they spent on advertising on this thing. This shit's everywhere.
Oh, by the way, when I was in Chicago, there were posters for UFC 189 still on garbage cans saying Jose Aldo versus Conor McGregor.
Okay, serious business.
Fuck. That's
They
a
spent
lot of money spent.
Yes, all the shit they've done, all the camera crews and everything, and now the fight's not going to happen. It's a damn shame. Of course, the UFC doctor's going to be like, "You're fine, dude. Get out there." Don't worry. Your leg's broken? Don't worry.
Yeah.
Just
Hey,
up.
fucking.
it's all good.
You know, Donald Cerrone just fought with this injury.
Yeah.
I don't know why Jose can't.
Yeah. Your foot fell off? Listen, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Just get out there.
Yeah.
It's all good. Just make it look interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It's unfortunate, but that's the fight game, right?
Yeah. It's
That's
gonna
the-
happen. That's the chance you take when you're gonna promote it.
Yeah.
And you're at least lucky enough that Conor McGregor is man enough to take a fight against anybody on short notice. Not like, you know, look at John Jones at UFC 151. Dan Henderson can't fight. Chael Sonnen steps up. Can't do it.
Do you think they made him an offer that he couldn't refuse?
Who?
Connor?
I'm sure. I'm
You
sure.
think-
You
think
know he's all about money.
Was backing out even an option for him?
No.
No.
But he seems like a fighter's fighter. He's
Sure,
going to
sure.
fight anyway.
It's
Anywhere.
a dangerous thing, though. It's a whole different thing. We're going to get into that after the
Later,
news.
yeah. But
So-
then the other question is, why is this an interim title?
That is weird.
You know?
Maybe because Jose Aldo pulled out of 5 title fights already? Could that be why?
It's only, when was his last fight? It's only been 1, 2, 3.
Here, I'll tell you. He pulled out of 125, 149, 153, 176, and now 189. So he's rescheduled most of these fights, obviously, in the past. But this is the 5th time in like 50 events that he's basically pulled out of a fight
Shit happens.
because of injury. So
He hasn't lost in 10 years. Maybe he's smart. Maybe he's doing it the right way. Maybe more guys should pull out.
more
It
guys
just-
should pull out.
it just seems-
definitely more guys should pull out.
They'll be here all night. Don't forget to tip your waitress.
That's right.
But it seems maybe more people should do that. If
Well,
you're the
yeah.
champion, you haven't lost in 10 years. Why try to tarnish your legacy at that point? And unless you want to go down the Anderson Silva route and juice up and fight on.
Well, there's a lot of pressure to fight. The problem with this kind of sport is that, unfortunately, it's not like a team sport like football or soccer or hockey or whatever. One guy goes down, you still got the rest of the team. Like so, it may not be like if the star player goes down. Okay, like it's not that exciting of a matchup at that point. Like if LeBron James breaks his leg and can't play in the finals, whatever. But still, it's still A versus B kind of thing. Where in this situation, it's not A versus B anymore. It's now A versus C. So it's not as exciting in a sense. So there is a lot of pressure to fight. There is a ton of pressure.
There was, and the other thing I'm wondering with the UFC making this an interim belt, I wonder if it has anything to do with Aldo complaining about the pay structure and how he wasn't getting paid, saying that the Reebok deal was shit. And then this is a little, you want us to talk out bad about the UFC? Well, interim title.
And he was one that was really into like a union and all that, right? He was looking at, kind of thing. So you think they're trying to fuck him?
Sounds like it in my book.
Stick it to him?
Yeah.
But the question becomes does he get the fight does he fight the winner of this no matter what?
Yeah.
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then hopefully, the UFC is placing a big bet here Like, fuck, if Conor doesn't win,
There goes the payday.
what are you going to do? Mendes versus Aldo 3? No one wants to see that. I would have had him fight Nate Diaz.
I like that.
You know, that seemed like a good matchup. Why? Like, you don't need a title fight. Just make something exciting.
Different weight class.
Sure.
Conor's already a big 145er. He's fucking huge at that weight. You know? I think that's part of the reason why he's been able to dominate so much is because he's so damn big.
Yeah.
For a 145er. Which sounds weird to say.
but he's
still,
huge for a 145.
He's like already like 152.
Yes.
Whatever. It'll be interesting. It's happening next week.
Yes.
Actually, we'll talk about that in about 13 and a half minutes.
Yes.
I guess. Maybe sooner.
Yes. Move right.
What
What
else
else? You want to talk? Okay, let's talk about this UFC Reebok uniform fashion show shenanigans.
Yes.
So, Reebok and the UFC unveiled this fashion show, and it's really weird. So let's just start with. I just want to say it's weird. So they have this presenter who obviously doesn't know anything about fighting, anything about MMA, and she's going, "Hey, Conor, you're this wild and crazy guy with the crazy move." I'm like, oh, no. What the fuck are you talking about, lady? This isn't an SNL skit. I don't know what is going on.
Was she a comedian or something?
No, she looked like a witch, and she obviously, it's someone like high up in a corporation. They're like, okay, go lead this press conference. You'll be great. She's fucked up all over the place. Just no
Maybe
idea.
She was due to be fired, and they're like, this is the final straw.
And
Totally
Ronda
fucked us
Rousey,
up.
you've got the fastest win, and you have 40-second win in your last fight. And I'm like, it's 16 seconds. Oh, I'm sorry, 16 seconds. Like, just completely blowing it.
She's just coked up or what? It's just like,
Maybe that was
get out there. Just do your best. It's all good.
Yeah, and the lighting is bad. The misspelled words in the presentation.
And on the
flexibility. And on the uniforms, Giblert, Mendes, and probably 15 to 20 other misspelled things. And then you look at the jerseys themselves, priced at a reasonable $95.
Plus shipping and handling.
Yes, $210 if you're overseas.
It's ridiculous. And they're ugly as shit.
Yeah, and people are comparing, they look like somewhere between an Uno card and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Nice.
Like, oh my God, is this what we've come to?
Yes, Matt.
And it almost reminded me of I don't know, you probably haven't seen this scene from Slapshot where they're doing a fashion show on Slapshot, and I'll post the link up here. But the guy in Slapshot says, "I look like some cock-sucking faggot." Like, whoa! I mean, the fucking fighters have to. It was just so awkward. If I'm a fighter and they're parading me around like this and everything's misspelled and nobody knows what the fuck is going on. Lighting's not even right. Yeah. Someone else said it looked like Zoolander. I don't know.
Zoolander.
Like, man, it just went from bad to worse. Like, I was even going to... Like,
is that the one where they're dancing with the gasoline?
I think so. I don't know.
That was the best.
It's crazy, but, you know, I was going to make fun of the jerseys and put fake pictures up of what they are, but... They did a disservice to themselves. It's so bad, I'll just post a real thing.
Yeah, I don't know what
where to
happened
go.
there. I think it was rushed.
Maybe. I hope some people lost their jobs.
Probably not.
Jesus Christ.
This is a corporate America after all. The shit rolls downhill. Somebody at the bottom got fired for this. Not anyone at the top.
No, we're going to have to fire a minimum of 5 people.
They're like, you're fired. No, wait a second. I can take no responsibility. It's this person's job. Yeah.
Just poor. I mean, why wouldn't you at least price it reasonable? At $95, you've priced yourself out of the market.
Oh, yeah.
No one's going to buy that.
$50 would be fine, but $95 is ridiculous. Listen, if you buy a fucking T-shirt for $100, you're an idiot. So I'll say it right now. If any of you out there have bought these, you're fucking stupid. Okay? And if you like
that was what Tom Lawler said, basically.
Yeah. Like,
don't fucking pay $95 for that shit.
Yeah, it's horrible. They could have come up with a million other things other than that, like maybe like some soccer jerseys, some nicer designs. These are all very plain with horrible like lettering, and it's all. I mean, really? You're going to walk around like town with a name of some other dude on your shirt? Or chick? I don't know.
You know, I thought the fighters were supposed to have input.
Mm-hmm.
It really looks like it's so UFC, and then little sponsor, and then the fighter name on the back.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just go back to the skulls and fucking flowers and just crazy shit everywhere. At least that had some flavor. As much as it was ugly,
Yeah.
it had flavor.
Well, sure. And the other thing is this coming week will be the first events we'll start to see these things in action, right? It's going to be weird.
It is. It's vanilla UFC, and it's not good. Individuality just went right out the door, and it's kind of a sad state of affairs. At least, you know, I'll say that it's a good thing that Chuck Liddell is retired, because could you imagine seeing the fucking Iceman walk in?
No.
Not in his standard shorts?
No. You know, if anything...
Or Rich Franklin with the fucking pink and browns?
Yeah, of course not.
You know?
They should do, like, teams or something. Like, they should do something to, like, differentiate. So, like, American Top Team should have their kind of gear.
Sure.
And, like,
I could see that.
Team Alpha Male has their style. And, you know, like, TriStar has their shit. And Greg Jackson's has their shit.
Mm-hmm.
Other than just having this plain and vanilla thing. It's so boring.
Well, the problem is, and they're referring to it as a kit, like it's a UFC fighter kit. No, it's a UFC Fighter Uniform. Just say what it is. I mean, you're going to, at some point, you're going to have to consider them employees and not independent contractors. So quit beating around the bush and being pussies. Just make it a uniform and call it what it is.
Yes.
But
They call it soccer jerseys. They call it kits.
yeah, well,
So
it's a uniform. I mean, it totally is.
I agree. Absolutely.
So hopefully they'll rectify this when they see that the sales are approximately zero.
Yeah, I hope fans, you vote with your wallet. Don't buy anything.
Do not buy.
Don't
Boycott.
even buy nothing.
Yeah. Nothing!
Yeah. Fuck that shit.
It's gross. So what else you got? Let's move along.
News-wise?
Yeah.
Let's see. I mentioned Kenny Florian already.
Yep.
I got the... that's it. Jose Aldo pulling out of top 5 title fights. What else do you have going on?
Well, I got this other thing I saw, Miesha Tate, because I'm wondering...
Oh, no.
No, it's all good.
Not the pictures I saw floating around?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, how do fighters navigate the sponsor world now?
Mhm.
You know, you can't... During fight week, you can't have your you can't wear your sponsor's gear. It has to be all
Even
Reebok.
in the like warm-ups and stuff? And
that whole week,
press
the whole
conference?
fight week,
Wow.
has to be all Reebok gear.
You can't even wear a hat that says like
Nope.
Condom Depot?
Nope. And especially like fight night, all Reebok gear. So fighters are going to have to get more creative now. And I saw Miesha Tate posting a picture up on Instagram, and kind of like this one.
I saw that picture.
Like, that's smart. She knows what she's doing. You got it, work it, and you're going to have to get creative on social media, and this is the way to do it. I don't know how the men are going to do it, per se, but if you're a woman, hey,
it could
it's
work.
equal opportunities is what I'm saying.
What's the old joke? Like, you can see, like, a breast or a vagina, and that's considered hot, but you put a penis out there, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, no one wants to
Easy.
see a naked dick.
No, like, put that away, sir.
Put that cock away. Even females are kind of like, whoa. That's too much cock.
because it's in your face.
It's like, that's too obscene.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. That would be something. I like that. I mean, it's fine. Good for you, Brian Caraway, I have to say.
Yeah.
What a lucky man.
It's a material world, and I'm a material girl. Thank you, Witcher 3.
Is that in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like some hussy saying that as you're walking by randomly. I like that. I want to talk about, as I saw a post on Reddit that was talking about the Eminem Curse, and the person had put together all the stats and whatnot. It said,
The walkout song?
yeah, it said the UFC fighters walking out to the Eminem song have a combined record of 25, 42, and 1.
Ouch.
All 8 people that have walked out to Lose Yourself have lost themselves. The 3 guys bucking the trend: Andrei Arlovsky, he is 3-0. Robbie Lawler, 5-1. Brendan Schaub, 3-1.
Is he? What's Arlovsky comes out to what?
I forgot what the song's name was, but it's just so weird. Like, why? Or is it just bad fighters picking a bad choice of music? But then you have other fighters that are able to do it and be successful, except for the one song. Although Tito Ortiz is in there, and he's kind of skewing it because he's walked out to it a lot, and he has a way losing record. But anyway, interesting. Because I always wondered, I never saw the details on that curse to see what's what. It's legit, man. Don't do it.
Don't come out to Eminem.
Or come out to Eminem. Test your fate. You got about a 34% chance of winning.
Nice.
Yeah. That's all I got for news.
All right.
We'll move right on.
Let's get into some business.
UFC 189.
Yes, sir, Bob.
Hopefully I have a right slide and not the Jose Aldo.
This is happening, let's see, July 11th at the MGM Grand in Garden Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Nice. And nice.
And it was originally supposed to be headlined by Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo, which we know now is nixed.
It should be Conor McGregor versus Conor McGregor.
versus himself. Conor versus McGregor.
Yes, I like that. To coin a phrase.
Yes. I do like it's just like kind of fitting with the whole gay pride thing. There's a lot of color in this.
Trying to say they're trying to gay it up?
Maybe. I'm cool with it.
Support it.
It's all good. So let's talk about the what? Robbie Lawler.
Well, I want to mention like some of the other fights that are interesting. You got Gunnar Nelson versus Brandon Thatch.
That's a good one.
Matt Brown versus Tim Means,
yes.
Which I wish was on the main card. That one should be the best. And you have the return of Mike Swick.
Thank you. He's been posting a lot of videos leading up to this.
He's been his last fight was December 8th, 2012.
Yeah, I know. I was a big fan of his. I think he had some medical issues.
He had some intestinal problems.
Yeah,
got it all rectified, and now he's
maybe we'll see the return of the Swickatine.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I don't know. That's a long time. 3 years?
It's a super long time, but we'll see. I'm sure good things will come.
Maybe.
We hit the first fight. Robbie Lawler versus Rory. He is now the Red King, by the way.
The Red King?
MacDonald. No,
Okay.
he changed his nickname. It's official. The Red King. Huh.
Because of Canada?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I like the Canadian Psycho.
That's
That's how he's going down in my book. So, what do you think is going to happen here?
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this fight is going to go similarly to the first time these two met, except that Robbie is going to knock him out. I think the man has too much power. I think it's going to be back and forth for a little while, but I think Lawler, being the champion at this point, has the upper hand. He's ready. He's in the prime of his career. Rory's still young. I think Lawler wins by knockout, early second round, and we move on. What say you, sir?
Well, I rewatched their last fight, and it was weird because MacDonald, it's like he's hit or miss, like the way he fights. Like, it seems like he struggles if someone's making him go backwards, and Lawler was doing that a lot, and he seemed to struggle with Lawler's power in that fight. And the butterfly guard, it's like once MacDonald got into Lawler's butterfly guard, he just like froze up. There were a couple times on the ground, and even one of the times they had to stand him back up because he wasn't doing anything. But like that fight swayed either way, and if that fight would have went 5 rounds, I think MacDonald would have won it. It was right there. I mean, it was a split decision for Lawler, but the challenge for MacDonald is he's never fought 5 rounds, so
he hasn't. I thought
that's
he
always
did.
A challenge to see, like, how do you pace yourself? I mean, cardio shouldn't be a problem for him, but you know, you look at...
He's a big dude, though.
Yeah.
He's huge.
You look at when Hendricks was first trying to fight a 5-round fight and how it changed his style. He's like, oh, fuck, I better go 60% because I don't know how I'm going to be in 4 and 5. He's like, oh, fuck, that didn't work. Oh, next time I was going to try 80%. And then you got to gauge, but we'll see how he works. And the other challenge with MacDonald, it seems like he's almost taken a page out of GSP's book where he's content to win by decision.
Seems that way.
Unless who was that, Tarek Safadine fight, he happened to clip him with something, and then he went down and was able to finish him. But just, I have a problem with content And maybe that's why I have an issue with, I was talking about Frankie Edgar, and like, I don't fucking like that guy. Because it's like he's content to win by a decision. I can't support people like this.
He's a cardio machine, though.
Yeah.
That's his weapon.
Yeah.
Cardio.
Try to melt you. And then pip-pop you.
Yep.
So, I think with all that being said, though, I'm actually going to pick MacDonald. But this is one of those fights where, it in my book, 50-50. Like, flip a coin. Who do you want?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with...
Close.
Yeah. I'm going to go with MacDonald by youth decision. Hopefully,
What's the age?
TriStar. He is, I want to say, he's 25.
Lawler's like 32 or something? 34?
33.
Okay.
So, a little bit of youth. Only a couple losses on his record. And
5,
that
6
one
years.
fight against Condit, he would have won had it made a decision, but Condit finished him in like the last seconds of the fight. So, it's there. So, Magic 8 Ball is going to take Rory MacDonald.
Okay. Survey says.
Yes. Moving right along. I can't see a thing. We got Conor.
The Notorious
McGregor versus Shad.
Money.
Mendes.
Say it quietly.
Yes. Well, I want to, again, I give credit to McGregor for taking the fight on short notice, and credit
Dude,
to
what's up with the shorts he's got going? in this
Mendes. He likes that. Don't worry, that's
Weird.
not the Reebok starter kit or whatever it is. The championship black on black.
It's obviously an old photo. He's missing some tattoos.
Yes. Hey, this will also be the first fight that'll have that tiger tattoo for extra power.
Nice.
I'm sure he'll win now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm trying to think. So I rewatched this Aldo versus Mendes too, and Mendes threw a lot of leg kicks in that fight, and he also ate a lot of body shots.
He did.
I think one of the challenges McGregor has is that he kind of fights like a Diaz brother at times, where he's content to just eat leg kicks and then be like, what? And that's not a good strategy. Like, you gotta not do that.
Nope.
But the thing he does well is that he uses his reach and his length. So you see him throwing like a 1-2, and you're like, pat, 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 pat. And the reach disadvantage for Mendes, he's got a 10-inch reach disadvantage. Let's see what the exact are. McGregor is 74 inches, Mendes 66. So he
Ouch.
almost has like those Sean Shirk arms where
Well, he's small.
yeah.
Short dude.
And if I'm Mendes, I want to be spamming leg kicks and uppercuts.
Although they did make him look bigger in this picture.
Yeah. Well, of course. They always want to try to make him look bigger, but the challenge for Mendes is, fuck, you've taken this fight on short notice. Can you get someone in training camp to replicate Conor's style? I don't think so, especially on short notice. And are you going to be able to cut that weight? I mean, most of these, like we've talked about in the past, these team alpha male guys are in shape all the time, but there's a few weeks notice to be able to go, okay, fuck, I'm ready, let's go. So, with all that being said, I look at Conor's he's at a 94% finish rate right now.
Nice.
And typically, I want to say it's 12 he's finished in the first round, 4 in the second round. So he gets it started early and often. So I think I'm going to go first round with fucking McGregor.
Okay.
I think he's going to be able to stuff the takedowns. I know Mendes got a couple against Aldo, but Aldo popped up like a spring.
He did.
It's just a matter of, if you're McGregor, do you throw all the crazy kicks to take the chance that it's going to get caught and taken down? Or do you just rely on the boxing? I think you mix it up. Or maybe he shoots the takedown.
Ooh.
Fucking A. Let's do it.
Why not?
BJ Penn, John Fitch style. And his will. You got to think, like, his self-confidence going into this fight, Jesus Christ. I don't think anybody in the UFC is more confident than this guy right now. And confidence is a motherfucker. When you believe it, shit can come true. If you believe it hard enough. So I think Conor McGregor first round KO. Let's see here.
Well, it's interesting that you say first or second round because I think if it goes beyond that, it's big trouble for Conor. I don't know that he knows what to do in the later rounds, and I don't know.
It's a
that
good question.
He's got cardio to go that far, and I don't think Mendes needs to do much in the first 2 rounds other than get him up against the cage, wear him down, grind him down, keep him out of striking range. So you want to be up in his grill. You want to keep Conor uncomfortable. You don't have to take him down. You just got to keep him uncomfortable and keep him from hitting you in the face. If you do that for 2 rounds, round 3, 4, 5 opens up for you. So I'm going to say that I think Mendes has the wrestling because I think it's obviously the big question mark in this fight is what is Conor going to do against the wrestling? So I think he has the wrestling to wear him down, Randy Couture style, and then finish him in the late 4th round because Conor's going to get tired. And when the guy's on top of you constantly, when the takedowns start coming easier in the 3rd round and the 4th round, and Mendes is doing ground and pound, I think Conor's going to roll, and we're going to get a rear naked choke finish. He's going to be done. 4th round, I'm out. I don't want any more. Just finish me. Finish me nicely. I'm done.
What if Conor has a horseshoe up his ass, like Frank Mir did, according to Brock Lesnar?
Yes.
Would he not have the luck of the Irish on his side?
He could.
Okay.
Is that where that comes from?
What's that?
The luck of the Irish and the horseshoe?
I don't know if it's that, but I'm making the tie right now.
Like a rabbit's foot? And
Yes.
that's all this shit?
Don't fuck with a leprechaun and his money.
A horseshoe with a rabbit's foot?
Yeah, here's where we go. Chad Mendes, bring dirty shoes to the fucking octagon, because I tell you what, leprechauns need to shine shoes.
Okay. Nice.
I've seen the movies with Jennifer Aniston.
So they shine
The first Leprechaun movie, Jennifer Aniston. They threw dirty shoes, and the fucking leprechaun freaks out and loses his mind. Gotta polish. Oh, my gold.
I don't remember that, but
Oh, it's
that's
up.
good.
Go back.
Okay.
So I'm just saying.
All right.
I don't know what
What
else
does the
I'm
8 ball say?
Magic 8 ball? Yes, definitely to Conor McGregor.
That's a green.
We should keep track of stats again. We used to be very studious at the stats.
No, we don't care.
Not so much.
That's Matt's.
It all works out.
Yes.
Moving right along.
Before we go, though,
Good.
is this a buy card or skip card? Now that the main event's been nixed?
Well, I want to see that fight still. I want to see the Lawler MacDonald fight.
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch that Thatch
Yeah,
fight.
Bermudez versus Jeremy Stevens, Gunnar
Watch
Nelson
that.
versus Thatch, and Brad Pickett versus Thomas Almeida.
I don't care about that fight at all. I wish they would swap that last fight out for Brown versus Means, and then it's a done deal. If you put that on the main card, I don't give a fuck what else is on. That's the fight I really want to watch.
Should be a barn burner.
I'd say buy it.
I'm going to predict that's fight of the night.
It has to be.
Matt Brown?
Both those guys are fucking murderers.
Yes.
Like, holy shit. All right, Ask the Nuts. Ryan Smith, he says, is 4 events in 8 days too much UFC? Because
Yes.
we're going to see this starting the next weekend.
Yes.
It's so ridiculous.
I'm not going to watch. I might not watch any of it.
Well, we're at that point, too, where it's like just the numbered cards and, like, fuck, those aren't even the best at
Nope.
anything anymore, so.
Too spread out, too thin, saturated.
Yes. Hector Quintero. With no Dwayne Ludwig, can Chad deal with the unorthodox striking of Conor? Because now it's just Martin Kapman leading everything.
Yeah, Martin's good. I mean, I don't see any problem. I know Dwayne is like Mr. Watch the fight 3 times, sober, stoned, and like on Alpha Brain.
Alpha Brain.
Whatever that means.
Cha-ching.
I don't know if that helps you or not.
I don't know.
But, he'll be fine.
I think he loses terribly. Uppercut. Night. Last question, Ryan Smith. Marry, kill, fuck.
Oh.
We haven't had one of those in a while.
We have not.
Gina Carano, Kat Zingano, Miesha Tate.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I'm going to marry Kat Zingano. I got to kill Miesha Tate, and I got to fuck Gina Carano.
That's good. I'm definitely killing Miesha Tate.
Yes. We're in agreement.
Fucking Kat Zingano and
marry
Gina Carano.
Before you say marry Gina Carano, let me just say that is meat bomb potential. If she stops working out, 400
You're not
pounds.
looking at it right. She's the sugar mama. Think about how much money she's making from the movies.
Ah, that's a good point.
So I'm looking at it
You
from
don't have to work ever.
2 standpoints.
Okay, good point.
She can blow that shit up, but money will
But
blow that
I
down.
think Kat will look hot at like 50. Regina will be like meat bomb.
I don't know, but Kat's damaged goods, so I don't want to.
Oh, because of the husband thing? Yeah.
I don't want a part of that.
Good point. It's a lot of emotions.
Yeah,
Drama.
yeah. It's
Matt's
all
out.
I'm out. It's one and done.
He doesn't want either.
Drama. What do you got for some knowledge?
Oh, so
yes.
in yet another example of why Skynet is potentially taking over the world soon,
The new Terminator movie's coming out, isn't it?
Genesis, it's out already.
Is
It's
it?
going head-to-head with this Magic Mike XXL or whatever.
Great. I'm so out of the loop.
I don't know. I just see this on the news. But in Germany, a man was picked up by a robot in a Volkswagen plant and crushed against metal.
Is that bad?
Yes, he was killed.
It's bad.
It's not good. So there has been some mixed information regarding this. They are looking at potentially, like arresting someone, but they're not sure who to charge with what. But it's not clear if he was wrong place, wrong time, or if the robot just got a mind of its own and decided, fuck you, man. I'm not sure, but it's a little creepy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What's the robot's motivation here? Was the guy getting too close?
Maybe.
It's just like, hey, step the fuck back, snap.
Yep, could be. It's interesting. Scary. Scary world out there, man.
Well, that's what Elon Musk said. They're gonna fucking take over at some point. This is
Robots?
how it starts. We kill one. Well, I think we should kill 2 in retaliation and let them know, especially that one. What happens to that robot then? Does he still fight on? Just keep building cars.
Not his fault.
It's like the fucking killer whales at SeaWorld. They kill a couple trainers. Fight
You
on.
love those commercials, though? They say, like, they're not hurting the whales.
Yeah, did you see how it's like a total PR play?
Yes.
It's telling the kids, like, see, this is what happens when the shit's been fucked up, and obviously ticket sales are way down because there's been a lot of documentaries out.
Did you see that video?
No.
That's a good one on CNN. You can watch it. It's on everything. Amazon Prime, Netflix. It's Blackfish, where they talk about how they bring in these whales and treat them like shit, and the reason they kill people is not because they're mean, but because like they're basically torturing these animals, and putting them in confined spaces and all this nonsense. And that's why they made the commercial. They're trying to say that they're not hurting the animals.
Oh, well, I'll say these animals are smart. I was just at the Lincoln Park Zoo like last week, and I like to watch the gorillas. So we go over to the gorilla cage.
Throw shit at you?
And no, one of them specifically is coming up to. They're in this glass enclosure, and there's probably 40 people lined up against it. And this is one of the ones that's inside. And one of the gorillas comes over, one of the bigger ones, and walks up to the glass, picks up some grass, starts eating it, and then turns its ass around so its ass is just against the glass. And it does that all the way down the row against every single person, just ass on you, ass on you. And then at some point, decides to climb up a tree, turn its back to the crowd, and then just pisses all over. Like, what are you doing? You can't just piss somewhere else. You gotta face us or put your ass to us. And
are you not
drop
entertained?
Piss all over. Little fucking gorillas.
He's like Gladiator.
They're fun. There was like a mid-sized one fucking around in a hammock, falling in and out, running around. I like those little gorillas. I want one. I want a little baby gorilla.
You gotta be careful. When those things come of age, they try to challenge you.
Can't we stunt its growth?
I don't know.
Can we give it a
It's gonna be like, so Matt,
allergy?
you're gonna walk in the door one day and he's gonna get that look from this gorilla. You're gonna go, oh, it's on.
No.
Here we go. It's time.
You're going to sleep, little gorilla.
Yeah,
Chokeholds
it won't be so
work.
little anymore.
You choke that fucker. I don't know if you're gonna get your arms around his big ass neck. But
200-pound gorilla.
Oh.
Come find you like,
No.
that's been eaten. Like,
Yes.
These things are nasty, man. They'll rip your balls off.
I'll stunt its growth. I'll cut its balls off.
It's done its
I'll
growth.
get a robot to protect me.
Nice. That's
Okay.
perfect.
It's all good.
That's what we need.
That's it. Let's shut it down.
That's
We're in
been
or
this
out.
week's edition of MMA Nuts. My name's Ingo Weigold.
I'm not Conan O'Brien. Thanks for playing.
You have too much beards to be Conan O'Brien.
That's right.
He's got
No, not when he was doing his traveling road show.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of beards.
He did.
It's all good. All right. Thanks for playing.